My name is Andrew Ruiz. I am from the MediaHub at Vanguard University, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create this perspective bending effect on Photoshop with a landscape image. And without further ado, let's just get started. So first you're going to need a background layer or a background image like this, and what we're going to do with this image is I'm just going to duplicate it twice using Command J, and it's going to be Control J on a PC. I'm going to hide the background layer, and I'm going to call the second copy side and the first copy top. I'm going to get the side layer. I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, and Flip Horizontal. That's just going to flip your landscape image horizontal. You're going to go back to Edit, Transform, and then rotate 90 degrees clockwise. That's gonna flip the image sideways. And then what I'm gonna do is get my move tool. I'm just gonna hit the V key on my keyboard to get the move tool, and I'm gonna line the bottom left corner of the flipped image with the bottom left corner of the canvas. Then what I'm gonna do is hide the top layer, so I'm gonna see the transparency boxes here. And then I'm gonna look for my Polygonal Lasso Tool. It's gonna be here. Now what I'm gonna do is align. I'm gonna make a diagonal selection, so it's gonna look like a triangular selection. But I'm gonna hover right here on around this area in the bottom left hand corner, and I'm gonna make a diagonal selection from here to the top right hand corner. So I'm gonna need the transparency boxes to help me align it perfectly with the top right hand corner. And then on this corner, it doesn't matter where you select, and then you just close the selection and you get the diagonal line. Then what you're gonna do is hit this icon. It's called the layer icon. It looks like a rectangle with a circle in the middle. I just hit it right now, and what I'm gonna do now is enable the top layer that I hid previously, and it looks like I get the effect I want, except it's inverted. So what I'm gonna do is just go to properties, then go to invert, and that's gonna invert the effect to what I want, but except I have this now. So what I'm gonna do is I have to move this layer mask over to the right, but in order to do that, I don't want both the image and the layer mask. I need them separate, so I'm gonna click that link to unlink them, and then I'm just gonna get my move tool. You can also hit the V key like I did previously, and then holding shift down so that I don't unalign the layer mask, I'm just gonna grab it and take it probably about right there. And what I'm gonna do now is hide the top layer again. So I'm gonna see these transparency boxes. I'm gonna get my rectangular marquee tool, and I'm just gonna make a selection around this rectangle. And what I'm doing right now here for this rectangular piece, do not do it for this piece, the triangular piece. Only do it for this piece. So then make sure your foreground color is black. And what I'm gonna do is just hit Option Delete on the Mac. It's gonna be Alt Backspace on another PC, and that's just gonna be to hide the rectangular piece. So a rule of thumb here is black hides, white shows, or black conceals, white reveals. So if I had it at white and I did Option Backspace, it would reveal everything. But I'm gonna hit X to put the foreground color back to black, and I'm gonna do Option Delete again, or Alt Backspace, and it'll hide what I want, what I had in the selection. So I'm gonna deselect and then reveal my top layer, and then at this point I just have to mess around with the image in order to align it perfectly. So what I'm gonna do is get the focus over to the image and just drag it over until it aligns. And like I said, it's gonna take some time. So I'm also gonna use the zoom tool to help me with this. So I'm just gonna so if you use a zoom tool and you hit Option or Alt on a PC, you're gonna get the minus here. That means you're gonna zoom out. Now, just without the Option or Alt key, you're zooming in. So just gonna zoom in real quick. Get my move tool with the V key and just align it. I'm probably gonna zoom in a little more again. Just do that. I've aligned it now. Now I'm gonna zoom out, hold Option and then zoom out. And then right now I'm gonna get my move tool and just hold Shift and drag the image down. Right now for this, I need to find some object on this side, on this image, I need to find that object from this image on here so that I can align it. So in this case, I'm gonna go with this red burgundy building. So I'm gonna hold Shift again and then just drag down. I found it, it's right here. But then I need to align it. So you're gonna align it there. Maybe a little more up. And actually, I'm just gonna use my zoom tool again, just to align. Hold Shift, align that. That looks pretty solid to me. I'm gonna zoom out again. This kind of slightly unaligned, so I'm just gonna realign it again. Hit move over to the right just a bit, right about there. Let me check and see if everything's aligned. Looks like everything is aligned. Now, there are a few things about this, so if you don't want this ship looking up because it looks weird, I'll show you right now how to take that away, as well as these I'm gonna call it debris. It's literally just the building from this image that's just coming out on both sides, on both images. So for both of these, to take them off, I am gonna get the clone stamp tool. I'm gonna look for it right here. And as you may know, to use the clone stamp tool, you just have to hit Option or Alt on the PC and select any pixels out here and just hover over, just paint over, and there you go. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other layer. So just sample some pixels, come here, do that, and that looks pretty good to me. Now the waves look a little weird, so I might go back to my side layer, maybe fix those up so that they look good. That looks good enough to me, and I'm just gonna do the same for the ship. Just maybe sample here. You can start back here, so I don't have to worry about the ship reappearing. Just gonna do that, and the ship is gone. I'm just gonna go to my zoom tool, hit Option, zoom out to look at my final product, and that is pretty much it. That is how you get that perspective bending effect in Photoshop with a landscape image. Depending on what image you choose, you would simply just mess around with it. But that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for listening. Hit that subscribe button on our MediaHub YouTube channel, and give us a like, and thank you very much. Can't wait for more.